Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
Everybody, welcome. It's it's the premiere tonight of Living Unfiltered. Something that my guest obviously is extremely excited about. Darla, the beautiful Darla Hahn is here with me tonight for my premiere. I'm so happy. It's nighttime in Hollywood, right outside the door, and I've been gone for about, I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 months. I've been gone since September when I had my epiphany that I wanted to do a new show. And I wanted to do a new show that was about life, talking about all of the things that we usually filter that we don't have to filter here at Living Unfiltered. So welcome, Darla Hahn.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Actress, spokesperson, Jay Leno's wife. How many skits did you do? You know, when you watch Jay Leno and there's these skits that he would do, Darla would be the woman.
45 over a 20-year period.
45 over 20 years? Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Yeah. Go closer to your microphone, Darla. And maybe I'm just not hearing you properly. Can you keep talking real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
So working for Jay Leno was great because a lot of the people that he had on the show and worked for him behind the scenes too, he had the same crew, the same people for all the years he was on. And so
I just want to make sure that everybody at home is hearing her because I'm not hearing her. Nobody's hearing her?
No, she's, for some reason, her mic's dead.
Oh, okay. So nobody's hearing you. That's what I thought.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to keep talking and we'll try to figure this out. So, Living Unfiltered, I'll talk about the show a little bit really quick. I had a show on UBN Radio that was called Going to Market with Wendi and Peter, and it was about marketing. And I had a show before that on a different station that was all about marketing. And I just realized in September that it was kind of like this. What I've been doing for a very long time was my company called C-Spot Run, where I do marketing. I do infomercials, television commercials. I help inventors. I launch products. I do marketing, direct to consumer marketing for 20 years. And I started feeling as though I was just kind of known as C-Spot. I didn't have an identity. Wendi didn't have an identity. And so I decided to use this platform. I always say that if you have the podium, you better use it. And I didn't feel as though I was using my ability to speak to people the best way I could to be the most effective. And plus I was looking for something more in my life that, I wanted a place that I could help people, but at the same time help myself.
Yes.
There, I hear
I'm
you.
Here. Welcome. Hello. Good evening, everybody. I'm really here now.
You're so patient. She's nodding her head.
Yes, exactly.
I'm
Did you
trying
hear the rocks?
I'm trying to talk with you're nodding your head.
Well, I think, Wendi, what you're saying about your show and wanting to be here in a deeper way is a calling that's going on for me interpersonally, as well as I think in the world in general, that there is so much going on in everyone's lives and in the world, and we are present to many different things, and things are just so intense because of this knowledge that we have and these wars that we're in.
Is it kind of the knowledge
GMOs and
It's almost how I feel right now about, I think the camera is way too close on my face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think not on your face, but on my face. I think it's way too close.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs to back up a lot.
It's probably good because I can't see it because you're the boss. You see things. I'm just in the dark
kidding?
over here. Yeah.
My frame, Kurt, my frame is like my head.
Okay. We're over 40. I think you know. The problem is the producer is too young.
The number one rule. Exactly. You know, back it up.
Back it up.
Thank you. But you know what, Darla, you're right. I think the long and the short of it is that I think we all want to know what our purpose is in life and being here. And you turned, can I say it?
Yes.
For God's sake, you turned 50.
I'm 50. I'm 50.
You turned 50.
And I'm telling you, there's something I remember, especially women saying to me, like, I'm 50. I just don't do what I don't want to do anymore. And and I know what it is. And that's sort of, and it happened, when I turned 50.
Yeah.
And that also there was a calling to, like, why I'm here. And you're here to help people, which you've always done in that venue. And now I think it's, you're bringing it to the world.
Well, what I want to do is I've had a very, I've had a thank you card. I look much better now. Way freaking better.
Do you have some candlelight?
It was like I was scaring myself. It's a premiere, and it's like, what was that lady with the big face, with the face that covered her face? But anyway, where was I? What planet was I on?
Why you're here?
Where am I?
Just why you're here, the purpose in life.
The purpose in life. So,
Yeah.
so you say you turn to, so how do you think I feel? I'm turning 60. I'm turning 60 in March. Yes, Marino, I just said I'm turning 60 in March. So,
and you're probably the oldest woman he slept with.
I'm the only woman my husband has ever slept with, Darla. You should know that by now. The only one. The only one besides the other 300, right? But I'm the only one.
Oh.
Okay. So, yes, I felt as though I needed to release the filters in my own life. So where the name of the show comes from, Living Unfiltered. People always say to me because I'm I can be loud and I can be opinionated and I can also be really quiet and wallflowerish sometimes when I don't know anybody. And I'm not drunk. No, But people would say, my one girlfriend would say to me, Kelly would say to me, she would say, Wendi, filter it. And for the past 5 years, I always think about one time Kelly said to me, you have to filter it. And it really got to me. It's like in the back of my head, it's like, why do I have to filter it? Because you want me to filter it? What am I doing that I need to filter it? I'm only filtering because you want me to filter it, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like she wasn't okay with how I was acting,
Mm-hmm.
but I was okay with how I was acting.
But I think
and then
you've
I
also-
questioned how I was acting because my friend is telling me I have to filter it. So if I have to filter that, then what else do I have to filter? And is filtering really my problem? Because now I'm just this big old mass of filters everybody has created, and so thus this is Wendi, the filtered person that probably nobody really likes very much. Sometimes, like, oh, well, it's the look on your face, or it's well, if you could only do this, or, well, you were a little harsh. It's like, okay, well, I'm probably over filtered, with other people's filters
Right.
put on me.
And do I have this wrong? Is there also the times where you feel that you filter yourself and that you no longer want to filter yourself?
Yes.
That's, that,
Yes.
that.
Yes, enough. I'm 60.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm 60.
Yeah. And I think, it's not only an individual
Not really.
thing.
I'm 59, but anyway.
But I think it's in this world too. I think that that it also has something to do with our age, but there are people that are 20 and
Sure, that we
and
allow
30,
other people to filter us. We
Well,
allow them
or
to
that are feeling like they need to live unfiltered too,
yes.
because it's the calling of what's going on right now in the world. It's like we all just need to wake up and get with the program here, and it's all about each other.
Yeah, it's all yes, exactly. Like we're all connected, right? You know that because Darla has actually a master's in spiritual psychology, meaning she's can read my mind right now.
No, it doesn't. But it means that it looks from life from a perspective that we're souls having a human experience. And so it's not just like what's happening to us.
That we're just the physical place, right? We're
Yes.
the physical place that the soul has inhabited for a period of time.
Yeah, and that we're brought here. You know, life is a journey, and there's lessons to learn, and
every single lesson that we learn on our journey takes us to a better place.
Yeah,
we earn it basically.
And sometimes we say, my sisters and I particularly, you know, we say, "Oh gosh, it's another learning experience."
Enough already. Enough already. I'm 60.
Exactly. Really, there's more?
Wait a second. I have to put my glasses on now. Oh, I can see you. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
thank
good.
you. Thank you. Jesus.
From a nice Jewish girl.
Yes, thank you. Okay, how do I look?
Really, really great.
Good, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
You'll have
you.
to tell us the spot you got that shirt.
Oh, the one in downtown LA.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Anyway, Darla.
Yeah.
Don't you wonder what it is? Have you ever had a situation in your life where you are doing something that you absolutely do not want to do, but you're doing it anyway, and then you're doing it and you're so angry inside, and that anger, like, it could be something we did 20 years ago.
Right.
You know how that still lives in...
Exactly. I'm present to it right now in my life. The first thing I really caught on to was that when I was waiting tables, and I just knew that this, this was not what I was here for. And I just couldn't understand. And, you know, I was in my 20s and then things broke, you know, where I got a couple of breaks, and then particularly in the infomercial world where a couple of shows hit, and then I got known, and then I worked. And then there was a 27-year really good run where
Yeah, Darla, you're Darla freaking
You know?
Hahn, baby, you know. It's like I was trying to explain to Marino the other night. It's like I knew Darla, but I didn't know Darla, and Darla knew me, but didn't know me, and I think we were kind of like this maybe, but that was all in our heads, and I don't really know. But Darla is Darla.
Yes. I mean, like the spiel I usually do is like the Gazelle Glider with Tony Little, the Ab Lounge,
Yeah.
Easy Crunch, Turby Twist,
Yeah.
Flavor Wave Turbo with Mr. T, most
Yes.
recently George
Yes.
Foreman Grill, blah blah blah.
Right.
So
you were the gal, man.
You
You
know?
were the one that everybody wanted to eat what you cooked on.
But then
Or cook
things,
what
you know,
eat.
whether I don't know, but like last year, it was like, what happened? And I don't know if it's because I turned 50 or, you know, I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's
less infomercials
interesting.
are being done. But so I'm present to that. My co-creating in 2014, especially given what I know and believe about the universe and co-creating, I feel like I kind of failed. Like I'd give myself a D- for 2014 co-creation.
Well, what do you mean by co-creation? I don't understand.
That
What is that?
I believe because we all are one, I believe that we co-create with the infinite. So whether, you know, the higher power.
Right.
So my meditation, thoughts, prayers, actions all lead to co-creating the life, given that I was given the soul or whatever karma or whatever you believe, or the, you know, that things can happen to
Right. So you had a shitty year, so you're blaming your
Well, I'm just thinking if I really then the proof is in the pudding, right? So if I believe that I can co-create, and I believe I can manifest money, if that's what I
You
want
can
to
manifest
manifest,
anything.
or anything,
Uh-huh.
then what did it look like? And the thing for me, Wendi, is the thing that you're talking about with why you did this show, is because it's the universe. Like Oprah says, if you don't get the whisper, you'll get the 2x4.
Right.
And it's the 2x4 to live why I'm here.
Right.
I'm here to also help
Right.
people.
Right. So I think I was telling you yesterday, and I was telling my husband this over the weekend, that I got to the point where I didn't know. If you watch my last show here at UBN Radio, it was in September. It was Rosh Hashanah. I went to temple. I came. I had to do my show. Peter was here, and we're sending Peter well wishes because he's. We're sending you well wishes,
In
Peter.
hospital.
We love you. Yeah.
Love you, Peter.
And I showed up and I said, hey, Peter, we're pretty much not going to do the show anymore because I want to do something else. I mean, it was pretty much like that,
Right.
And I said, I don't know what I want to do. You can watch the show. It's on, I think it's still here. I think Tony still has it on Going to Market with Wendi and Peter. And it was just me and Peter, and it was really me just ranting for the entire time, talking about, it's our last show, and it was great, and I'm moving on. Because I had to I felt lost. I woke up one day and I said, God, really? It's Rosh Hashanah is such a powerful time in the Jewish religion. And it's all just about, letting it go and letting it in. And mostly letting it go and then, letting new in.
Yes.
And so, but I kept, if nothing changes in my life, it's just going to continuously always be the same. It's going to be the same. And I can't wake up one more day thinking that my life is going to be the frickin' same.
Right. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting different results.
And
so do something different.
That's right. So, and I can't complain about anybody else around me.
Darn it.
Right?
Well, you
I can't.
could.
I can.
could.
And I did for many years.
It works for a period of time.
Right. Then you realize, like I did, it was like, if I ever want to have a better kitchen, or if I ever want to have a better this or that, or bigger house, or my rose garden, I'm going to go freaking make it, and I'm going to go get it.
Right.
Right? It's okay to say that, because that's, why not? And then I talked to you about, I started reading Pamela Grout and E Squared and doing her experiments with, manifesting anything, and it works. It works. It works. It's amazing how it works. So, anyway. So I do believe that if we all stop talking about what we hate and what we don't want and what we don't like and what we hate about our lives and what we're doing, right? And we start talking about what we really love about our lives and what we really want. Her philosophy on that is absolutely 1,000% what changed my entire attitude about what I wanted.
Well, because now you're bringing force and energy to the positive, and the universe just responds.
Right.
So if we have more heat on the negative, it doesn't know bad good. It just gives us what we
creates
have the
more
most
negative
heat on.
Yeah, it creates more negative.
Yeah.
So creating the positive creates the positive in your life. And I have to tell you, I feel like right now she has this thing that you do in her next book, E3, that I just started reading. And Darla, you have to do this every morning.
I'm gonna.
You have to do this.
As soon as you send me the link, remember?
No, listen, you have to do this one thing.
Oh.
And everybody listening, eventually when you do listen to this, you have to do it also. Pick three. She has 4 songs. So there's Happy by Pharrell. Louis Armstrong, It's a Wonderful Life. I think I told you. Happy by Pharrell, Louis Armstrong by Wonderful Life, Bob Marley's Everything's Gonna Be All Right or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Every
know.
little
Thing's Gonna Be All Right.
Gonna be all right.
There you go. Nice. I like it. And there is one other one, and I will think of it. But the first thing you do in the morning when you get up, you listen to those songs, and you fist bump in the kitchen, and you make your coffee, and you dance, and you sing out loud, and the rest.
What's a fist bump?
This is a fist bump.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Otherwise known as the white man's dance, right?
White man's dance, yeah. And that's what you do first thing in the morning. Those 4 songs, and your day is like wonderful. And it really is, because that's the first thing you do in the morning. Is you just say, "Universe, I am here. Thank you very much." And now I'm gonna dance in my kitchen and fist bump. And you really do feel completely different. Try it 3 days in a row and see what happens.
I will.
Seriously. Do
I'll
a little
report back.
playlist on your iTunes.
I will.
And just plug it in and make your coffee and shake your booty.
Okay, done. I'll
Booty,
report
booty.
back.
do that.
Yeah.
I would like that very much. You can go on the Facebook page and report back. Wouldn't
Oh,
that
we
be cool?
will. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
should
do it every morning without fail, and I love it. And now I can't live without listening to this really positive, energetic, happy music when I get up in the morning.
That's great.
Even when I'm sad. I did it this morning when I was listening because of Peter. But I listened to the music and I felt much better.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So that's why I'm doing this show, is that I want people to be able to have this place where we talk about all sorts of stuff. And it doesn't even have to be sad stuff. It can be funny stuff. Like we were talking on the way over here about nippleage.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like dealing with hard nipples.
Yes.
And, what a great topic to talk about, because who talks about that shit?
That's unfiltered.
Nobody, but that's a really,
well, yeah,
that's a
because
problem
we
for
were
some
saying
women.
that for some reason, it's like,
and it's an embarrassing one.
well, and why is it embarrassing? Well, I find that it's the most embarrassing because it seems to be, and I don't say this anything bad about, but I think for a man, he can't help but like,
Well, I can't help it look. I'm a woman. I can't help it look.
you
If
know-
your nipples were hard right now, I would be staring at them.
well, see, there you can't tell.
Oh, you have
because
those flowers on?
I buy the bras that aren't like, it just has enough so that if you're a little cold, because mostly it was before I was 50 that I was cold.
So are you saying they stopped getting hard as often?
No, because it's
Like,
still
you
just
need-
to be like this
you need
brush,
Viagra?
but I
Viagra for your nipples?
the boobs. No, but I have my 15-year-old little doggy is on Viagra.
Viagra.
I'm on I spend
That is
$200
such a
a month on
freaking-
Viagra.
Honey,
Okay.
that's an amazing idea.
And I don't get any sex out of it. It's for the dog.
That's called the Viagra. That's
Yeah.
a really funny. Be a really funny skit to do.
Yes.
Yes, Viagra for women.
Oh, and
Gets
Tess
your
is doing
nipples
much
hard.
better.
And if they stay hard for longer than 5 hours,
Report.
if they start to scream,
or if they ooze.
if you start producing milk, go through that whole long list of stuff.
Exactly.
If they grow
Or
hair,
backache. If they deflate.
God. No, okay, we have to stop. All right, serious.
Yes.
Okay. So the other thing also is that I am completely unqualified to have a show like a self-help show, right? So, when you think about the show, it's like, okay, is it self-help or what is it? And okay, you're doing it because you want to share, and I want to share, and I want to give people a forum and a place to talk about stuff that they normally would feel uncomfortable talking about.
Let's see. It sounds like you have everything that like Oprah has.
Well,
What degree does she have that you don't have?
funny you should say that.
I mean,
she doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have life experiences. And to that point, Oprah does have that new show called Life something.
Yeah,
right?
master class, right?
Like
Or
the
life class.
life
Oh,
classes.
yes. And
Exactly.
I listened to that Oprah channel on Sirius Radio, and now she's off.
That was just her television show
And-
in audio format, I
And
think.
the Sunday, her life class, master classes on Sundays, like her church on Sundays.
Oh, on television.
Yeah, on the radio.
Oh, on the radio?
Yeah,
Oh, so
on
she's
the
becoming like
radio.
evangelistic?
So, well, no.
Is that the word?
Oh, it's fat. Well, that is a good word.
Evangelistic?
Good, nice, big word. Yeah, Scrabble 50 points.
You know what was on my computer today?
No.
The word beatitude.
That I didn't know.
That was very awesome to see that word go across
What
my...
exactly does it mean, though?
It means, you have
an attitude of
it's
beauty?
I guess. I didn't read the definition. I just thought it was a cool, it was a cool word. Like beatitude. What did that come up for if you believe in the universe sending you messages, right?
Right.
The one before that came up was synchronicity on my computer.
Oh, cool.
Wasn't that odd?
That is.
Yeah, that was the last one. And the one before that came up that I noticed that I went, whoa. It was something really raw and like scary, but I went, noted. If I'm going to believe in this message stuff, you gotta,
Right, you have
gotta
to go
note
away.
things. I
you
want a
gotta go
hall
all the
pass.
way.
Hall pass on that one, please. What was that?
I'll take 2 out of 3.
So here we are. We are at UBN.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
and we're going to run my, okay, so I just want to tell everybody this. If anybody ever watched my other show, I was always talking about, it was about marketing and products, and I was always talking about my product, Easy Go Pro, which is a poopy stool. It's a stool to put your feet up on so that you eliminate better. Okay, so since then, it's launched, and it's done phenomenally well. Right? I mean,
yes,
crazy well. People really do want to take a good poo. And so we're going to run the commercial so you'll see what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
And it's at easygopro.com. And this is Living Unfiltered with Wendi Cooper and Darla Hahn. And we are coming right back.
In an average lifetime, 1,500,000 minutes are spent on the toilet. So what's the problem?
When you sit on a toilet, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Nature didn't want us to do it that way.
This causes pushing, straining, hemorrhoids.
That's crazy.
We want to create a product that is great for humanity.
Well, go time just got easier. Introducing Easy Go Pro, the only way to go.
Anatomically, we were designed to eliminate at a 35-degree angle.
You just sit, lift, and go in a natural position.
The benefits list is this long from a pure health perspective.
A healthy colon is encouraged by doctors for all ages.
The key to vitality, it's the key to longevity, it's the key to your health.
Be a healthy goer. Order now at easygopro.com. Try it for 70 days. If you don't absolutely feel better, just send it back for a full product refund. Go time just got healthier at easygopro.com.
And we're back. We're back, and you're listening to Living Unfiltered. And this is the place where it's actually Living Unfiltered, What's Your Truth? And this is where we hope to have people find their truth, or at least have fun or whatever. I don't know. It's my first show, people. I have no idea. All I know is it's going to evolve into something really freaking wonderful. And
Yes.
I also get to experience that with everybody. So
Let's talk about something that you've gone through in your life that was a challenge.
a big challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think before the break we were talking about how I don't have a degree to be qualified. Like you have a master's in spiritual
Psychology.
And I have a high school degree. Actually, I did take a few, classes here and there in college, and I did go to school for nutrition. But anyway, my life has been, everybody always says you should write a book. And it just is overwhelming for me to think about, what do I write a book about, right? There's so many things in my life that I've been handed that I've had to deal with, from surviving cancer to surviving abuse to raising kids as a single mom, to a lot of stuff. I mean,
A working woman.
The story of how I had to escape my oldest son's father, who was abusive, but not only abusive, but was like I didn't know it, was an alias, and he was running from the law because he was like the biggest freaking drug dealer in Northern California during Jerry Garcia days,
Wow.
That story in itself, I didn't even find the truth out about that until maybe 3 years ago, when my stepson from a different father with a different name than his real name, of the father of my son, my oldest son, Wyatt, found us after 20 years, and then Brent went on to tell me about who his father really was, this abusive asshole. I knew that, but no, who he really was, and it was like, whoa, no wonder he's under an alias. But anyway, and that whole story and how he grew pot in Oregon, because he could never have like a job, and he was just like, said he was a doctor, and we lived this whole weird life. And then I got pregnant and I had Wyatt, but it was a totally horrible, abusive, horrible. I was in a cage for 2.5, 3 years, literally, and I had to plan an escape on how to get away from him. So I have that experience to build off of, and to say that when I hear, part of the reason I'm doing this show is the Ray Rice thing, right? Ray Rice was the guy in the elevator. that happened. That pissed me off so much that goddamn, what's his name on CNN that I hate, Don Lemon. I don't like that guy. And it's not because you're black, Don. All right? It's because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Because he kept like just pushing it, saying, well, why don't they leave? Why don't these women leave? Why don't they just say, don't hit me? Why don't they leave? I mean, and just drilling it. And I just wanted to jump through the television and say, are you that frickin' ignorant? Right? And meanwhile, I could see the look on Ray Rice's wife, you know, as she sat there in a lot of these interviews. That woman is a frickin' tortured woman. When you're abused like that, you don't say shit about anything. You know, because they're threatening to kill your brother and your mother and your father and everybody else. And they do things to you that people don't do to their dogs, right? I mean, men who beat their wives and probably women who beat their husbands, you know, and you typically don't beat the children, don't beat anybody else. They just beat the wife because you're just a piece of shit, you know, and that's that. And you could tell by the way he just kicked her around like a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he feels about her, right? Yeah. And she's fearing for her life. You can see it in her eyes. You can just see it in her eyes. And it's just really sick. The whole thing, to me, is really sick. But anyway, that had a real effect on me. And I thought, and now I hear that, you know, like I couldn't go to the grocery store. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. My husband, he bought me a bike for Christmas, and I wasn't allowed to ride it. And when I did ride it once, he found out, he beat the crap out of me just for riding the bike in the neighborhood with the baby in the back because it had a baby seat. I rode it down to my friend's house, and then I rode it back. I was a whore for doing that. I was a complete whore. So anyway, so I have a lot of these kind of interesting experiences to pull from where, yes, I did escape. Yes, it was difficult. Yes, I had to start my life all over again. You know, we owned 300-something acres in Austin, Texas during the big real estate thing in Austin in the early 80s. I mean, we owned a lot of land in Travis County under an alias. So I got a couple of books in my life that could be written. Right. So from all of these experiences, and it's like I know my husband is watching now, who I love dearly, and supports me in everything that I do. But sometimes, you know, people don't understand, well, what the hell was wrong with you? What was wrong with me was I couldn't get out. And I did escape. But the other thing that was wrong with me, it wasn't what was wrong with me, it was wrong with the system, and especially in Austin, Texas, where you go in as a middle-class white lady with a baby into a shelter, and they don't care. They're going to just, you know, you got a credit card, go someplace else. Well, that's the idea. I got a credit card and he's going to find me, right? And now you know what they do is they actually can like tap into your phone and hear your conversation. So even if you do go somewhere and your partner is one of those kind of narcissistic assholes, they now can watch you because like the camera will come on automatically, or if you get a text, it's horrible.
Or probably the one that can find where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the fear women live in these days.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think it's really important to have a place for those type of situations and women to call and talk about it. And, you know, because it wasn't easy. I was 27. I was 26, 27. You know, I didn't have a dime, you know, and I was scared to death. So it was like Midnight Express getting on the airplane I did in New Orleans airport. I'll tell that story one day, how I actually did do that.
Wow.
You know, and got away from him in the middle of an airport where he couldn't beat the shit out of me. Yeah, with suitcases full of money. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not me full of money, him full of money. Oh. That's why I knew I could do it. Is because he would choose the money over me and Wyatt, basically. Oh. I knew that. Plus, he couldn't hit me. Plus, he was wanted by the law.
Yeah.
So, in the public place is where you got to do it, and that's how I did it. I was Carol Black. I got on the airplane. I was Carol Black. That's when you could still pay cash for a ticket. And travel under an alias because they didn't look at your driver's license, right? They didn't really care.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, I have all of these life experiences that I have, you know, and then I have the great stuff of, you know, having a successful business and being a self-made woman. And, I'm not rich, but I have a lot to offer.
Talk about some of your first hits.
Well, my first hit in the infomercial world was 6-Day Bio Diet. That's how I got into it.
And what year?
1994. 1994. And I was working at an investment banking firm, Apollo Advisors in Century City, as a secretary to the legal guy. And anyway, long story. My ex-husband needed something to do. Did you know Jamie Cobbler? Did you ever know Jamie Cobbler from the Hollywood Diet or the Hollywood Cookie Diet?
Yes.
You did? You knew Jamie? Did you know Elisa Tremaine?
The name sounds familiar.
All right. So that was all. Those diets were all different generations of 6-Day Bio Diet, basically. So it's a very long story. This is a book in itself.
Yeah. That
can be created just about the infomercial world, right? Yeah. So anyway, that was 6-Day Bio Diet, and it was juicing through. It was weight loss, lose up to 14 pounds in just 6 days, and it was juicing. We had organic juices from Switzerland. Anyway, it's a fasting diet, juice fast. We called it a juice fast, juice cleanse, back in 1994. Yeah. It was an infomercial. I was the spokesperson. But we had Jeannie Cooper from One Life to, that was back in the day when all of the soap opera stars were in infomercials.
Yes.
Jeannie Cooper was in it, and some other people from One Life to, or whatever those she was in. Jeannie Cooper is like in Days of Our Lives. No, All My Children.
Jeannie.
All My Children. She's the old one. She's Corbin Burnton's mother in real life.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that about Jeannie Cooper? No. The one that had a facelift on real TV during her. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a huge success. Right. That's how I got into the infomercial business.
Okay.
I had no experience. I was the host. I was the customer. And it grew overnight. We put the product in Howard Stern by mistake here in LA on the radio, and it just blew up. Howard said, it was up to 14 pounds in just 6 days. A Howard Stern read back in 1994 when he was king of all media on K-Rock. Right here in LA, we went from selling $3,000 a month, just before we had an infomercial, $3,000 a month to $350,000 a month just in 1 month because of Howard Stern commercial that we ran by mistake. By mistake.
Wow.
Ran by mistake. Well, I actually wrote a bad check for it.
That's another story.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And they ran it, and then the check bounced. So I say they ran it by mistake, but they really ran it. But we wrote a bad check for it. But that set it on the map. And then we did it. Then we did an infomercial. And the infomercial, I was the spokesperson. I didn't know anything about really acting in front of the camera. And then that set then one thing led to another, and then I lost everything. And then but anyway, that was a huge success. That was a big success. Ended up in litigation and lawsuits because it was a huge success, of course.
And then what year did you get diagnosed with cancer?
Oh, that wasn't till 2005. That was when I was working with Clea Irwin on Dual Action Cleanse. And that was a huge hit.
Yes.
That was a huge hit. I went in and revamped his whole entire back end and made him successful with that product. But I was diagnosed with cancer like 6 months after starting to work there. And I stayed there for about a year. But it was ovarian cancer. And then I was diagnosed with the BRCA1 gene for breast and ovarian cancer during that time. My mother died of cancer while I was going through my chemo and my cancer. So it was a little tough. But that was a while ago, right? As a matter of fact, in 14 days, I'm having my boobs redone from my reconstruction, which I'm going to do that. So I'll show that here. I won't show you my boobs. I'm going to show you my boobs. Because talking about nipples, we don't got no nipples. Nipples are for the young.
Now, was there any sign? How did you find out that you had ovarian cancer? Was there any symptoms? Because I thought it was like the silent killer ovarian, oftentimes.
Well, cancer, I think in general, is the silent killer. When it gets to the point where it's actually killing you, it's too little too late. But no, I always had this, what we thought was a hernia. I was diagnosed with a hernia when I lived in Aspen, Colorado in early 90s. And I just never fixed it. I was diagnosed that way. So this thing down here, kind of like in your groin between your yaya and your leg, right? We have lots of lymph nodes down there, and sometimes they swell up. Well, when I would be under stress, it would swell up down there, and so I just figured it was my hernia. A hernia is just where the muscle separates, right? So something can herniate itself out or in it or whatever. Bulge through it, right? So that's what I thought it was. I just thought it was acting up. Well, that went on for like 14 years, and I think that's really was a weakness there. I don't know, but it didn't take 14 years for my cancer to manifest like that. I moved into a house, and I had been under a lot of stress, and it was like sticking out a little bit, and it was just tender, so why touch it, right? I knew 14 years, hey, it's there, it hurts, don't touch it, it'll go away. It didn't go away, and then one day I was in the shower, and I touched it, and it was hard as a rock. It wasn't like smushy like a swollen gland. It was hard as a rock. And I thought, okay, yeah. So the one thing led to another, and I went in for a hernia operation. They probably knew it was cancer. They just didn't tell me. And when I woke up, it was like, wake up. You have cancer. It was the what? Can you tell me the difference between benign and malignant? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so I woke up to that. So then that started the ball rolling of, the hysterectomy and the oophendectomy and what they call debulking. So they go in and they open you up and they look everywhere. And then they take everything out. I have a bladder. I have a little bladder. It's hanging in a little bladder. So I'm lonely. I'm a lonely little bladder. And that's, and you probably do too, because you had a hysterectomy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you must have had yours for different reasons.
For fibroid tumors.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So
they yank it out of your belly button?
Apparently they did it laparoscopically that they can't do anymore because it's proven to be too dangerous.
What?
Yeah.
My sister had it done that way.
When?
When did you have yours done?
A year ago.
Oh, no, she had hers done like 5 years ago.
Yeah. So apparently, but it's like a video game. So, and it's laparoscopic, like, you just need those 3 little holes. So it just
I
is
had
like
that
3
on my
little
hip.
bullet holes.
Yeah.
They go through the belly button. And so
and they
one
don't
is
do
the
it
sucker,
anymore?
one is the camera, and one's the cutter, and one's the sucker.
Yeah, I had it on my hip.
Right?
It's kind of cool.
And they blow your gut full of air so that they have room to like play the video game with all these toggles, and it's all these toggles just doing the work. And my surgeon actually said that a lot of times older surgeons that were trying to learn how to use that machine aren't as good because they didn't grow up playing video games. But all the kids that knew how to do video games.
As he walks out in his Converses.
Yeah, and I said to him, could you take, someone told me that like ovarian cancer starts in the fallopian tubes. So can you take the fallopian tubes while you're there? And
did you just have him take everything?
No. So I still have ovaries and a cervix, which he said that he thought cervixes were important to kind of keep everything in and up, which you can do if you have this laparoscopically.
Oh, that's it. Well, I couldn't keep anything because I had cancer, so I couldn't keep anything.
Yeah.
And maybe, I see. So that's why everything's falling to shit down there.
Oh, so your cervix included? And
oh yeah, I don't have a cervix. I don't have tits. I don't have. I have a little patata. Marino calls my pussy my little patata. Sorry, Kurt.
I think he knows what it is.
I forgot you were there. You're so quiet. We're gonna anyway. I don't have too much. And I don't have to go to the gynecologist.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
My gynecologist, I went to see him about 2 years ago.
And it was like, you don't have anything I look at?
Yeah. He walked in. He goes, I thought I gave you a clean bill of health like that. And I went, you did, but don't I have to come and see you every once in a while? And he said, only if it makes you feel better.
Wow.
Which I think is weird.
Yeah, because you still have lips, vaginal lips. You would think
well,
that would be like
is there vaginal lip cancer?
Well, I don't know. But I mean, you would think that would be their purview.
I don't get that. Yeah. Let me look.
Area of expertise.
let me look at your lips.
Little labia. My little pumpkin. Sorry. Oh, so sorry. That hurt.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to apologize for my guess.
I'm unfiltered. Hey, you said it was unfiltered.
It is, and it's perfect. It's perfect. I know that most people, we're going to have to get Kurt like a little pair of special headphones with filters.
And well, now cut to what's going on now. You've got this other hit with the EasyGo Pro, which is the ergonomic for people just tuning in. The ergonomic stool,
toilet stool.
Okay, I do not.
Darla's going to now tell her story. She walked in tonight and she sat down in Tony's office, and the first thing she said was, "I cannot believe you have an EasyGo Pro here."
Oh yeah, they're all over. He's using one as a footstool under his desk. Right. There's one in the bathroom here at the studio.
Right.
And Wendi gave me one.
Yeah.
And it's in that special, guest bathroom.
The one that you do your doo-doo in?
Yeah, well, yeah. Alan and I kind of, like that. If the person isn't right there, you kind of know if they're in that bathroom that they're busy.
Oh, that's good.
So that's
good.
EasyGo Pro bathroom.
That's good.
Yeah, that is. And anyways, but I didn't need an EasyGo Pro.
Because you go easy.
I go easy.
Everybody needs one, Darla.
They do because you go even easier.
Right. So it's not.
You don't know you need one. Even if you don't think you need one, you'd be happy.
Most people are. Yeah, people are buying 2 and 3 and 4 of them. I mean, our sales on Amazon are. Thank you. I just want to say I am so grateful to everybody that is buying them.
Can you just explain the positioning?
Right. Well, what it is that when we're sitting at 90 degrees, we're never meant anatomically we were not designed to sit at all as a human being for anything. Right. This is where a lot of back problems come in and stuff like that. But we certainly were not designed to sit to eliminate or sit at a 90-degree angle on a hard surface to eliminate. Why? Because there's this thing called the puborectalis muscle, which is the muscle responsible for continence. And that, when we're standing at 90 degrees, you ever see a colon, right? And a colon kind of winds like around like this, and then it eventually hooks. And you always see that it kind of drapes down like that at the end, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a muscle that's right here, right? If you go to easygopro.com, there's an animated video you can watch. There's a muscle that's right here that cinches it shut so that you don't poo your pants.
Right.
Right? So as you elevate your feet or get into a more squatting 35-degree angle with your hips, that muscle relaxes and it allows your colon to open up fully. It's an anatomical fact. So EasyGo Pro is an ergonomic toilet stool designed by a top-notch ergonomic product designer, Henner Johns, and everybody loves it because right now I have to tell you, all you go on Amazon, go online, you see them all the same, squatty potty, and they look exactly the same, just like a squatty potty.
No, yours is much better looking.
No, ours is better looking.
Yes.
Sure, because ours is designed to be compact and small and more consumer friendly.
And it also is that more European, like molded and
it's
curvy.
gorgeous. It's actually pretty. And I'm launching colors. I'm launching blue, turquoise.
Well, that's
turquoise,
what I'm going to buy for
and
upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to get your blue for upstairs.
Yeah, everybody loves the blue
I love
one.
that blue.
Yeah, next week I get to go and play with the colors at the injection mold place. That'll be fun. But we can't make them fast enough.
Yay.
We literally cannot make them fast enough, so it's crazy, and I'm so grateful. So that is part
What was that
of
called again?
fist pump.
Yeah.
Fist pump.
Pump.
So that's part of my whole thing also. It's like I wanted to stop being known as C-Spot Run. That's kind of over here. 20 years. Okay, done that. Marketing. Great. Love it. EasyGo Pro. That's great. It's a combination of everything that I've known for all these years, bringing products to market. It's my own product. It's amazing. It helps people. It's a great category, and it does help a lot of people, and I can grow that business and then, probably sell it in like 3 to 5 years, right? So that's a whole business plan. Over here, I want my personal brand that I really want Living Unfiltered to be me and to embrace and engage and compel and enjoy and have fun and laugh and cry and just share with the universe. And that's why I'm back at UBN Radio and doing Living Unfiltered. And that's why you were my very first guest tonight, Darla Hahn.
Thank you. Very honored.
Do we have applause? Do we have?
Oh, hey! Yay!
So I think that we only have. Are we out of time, Kurt? We are. He didn't want to tell me because it's like our first show together, and she's an old lady. I don't want to upset her. She might get upset. Come after me.
Started a little late. late, so I figured I'd let you go last.
Thank you. So, Darla, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, you're coming back?
I'd love to.
Yeah, of course you are.
Thank you.
And even if you don't want to come into the studio, you can call in and do it on Skype.
Oh.
And you can be here with me
Okay.
from wherever you are.
Oh, well, I'm on your way.
Okay, so thank you.
My pleasure.
And I wish that, and I hope that this will be shared on YouTube. I'm going to have a YouTube channel, Living Unfiltered YouTube channel, where all of these shows will be. And you can come to ubnradio.com anytime to listen to the show. And we'll be on iTunes also. But thank you for listening. We will be back next Tuesday night. And, Peter, get better, all right? Just get better. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's fun.
Good, yeah.
You know,
I thought it really gave the essence of the show.
Yes, which when I do my show, it's always just pull it out of your ass and just have fun, right? And I thought it was perfect.
Yay.
Oh,
yay, good. Yay.
Because I heard this thing about